Making headlines. The First Lady describes the IUM as a historical haven that has sparked revolutionary changes in the Islamic society. The Maldives and Sri Lanka discusses cooperation in the international arena. And the High Commissioner of the Maldives to Sri Lanka, Masood Imad, presents his letter of credence to the President of Sri Lanka.
Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmad Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. First Lady Sajida Mohammed describes the Islamic University of the Maldives IUM as a historical haven that has recently brought revolutionary changes in the Maldivian Islamic society. She made the remarks while speaking at the inauguration of the IUM graduation ceremony. Speaking at the ceremony, First Lady Sajida highlighted that the university established in the early 1980s serves as a vital institution built by numerous contributors across various fields. She also emphasized that many graduates from IUM have gone on to serve in diverse sectors. Additionally, First Lady Sajida noted that the IUM has significantly transformed Islamic society in recent years. She said that the university has produced professionals essential for the country's development, including medical doctors, architects, engineers, judges, lawyers, journalists, teachers, imams, writers, and speakers. Furthermore, First Lady Sajida underscored that true learning extends beyond obtaining a certificate and it encompasses developing abilities. She stressed the importance of interpersonal skills, communication, critical evaluation, and the capacity to make improvements. She urged graduates to remain faithful to the values instilled by the IUM and encouraged them not to discontinue their educational pursuits post-graduation. The Maldives and Sri Lanka discusses cooperation in the international arena. The discussions were held during a meeting held between Minister of Foreign Affairs Musa Zamir and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Sri Lanka Ali Sabri during his official visit to Sri Lanka. In his statement after the meeting, Minister Zamir thanked Sri Lanka on behalf of the citizens of the Maldives for its generous assistance to the development of the Maldives. He also mentioned the role played by Sri Lankan workers in the Maldives. Additionally, Minister Zamir said that the two countries have agreed to work together for sustainable development, peace, security, and progress in the South Asian region through regional platforms such as South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SAARC, and the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA. They also discussed the importance of working together to maintain the Special Economic Zone SEZ of the two countries, which both rely on fisheries. Furthermore, both ministers discussed key areas of special priority such as trade, education, fisheries, health, tourism, youth, and cooperation between the two countries in the international arena. Minister Zamir also reiterated the stand taken by both countries on the ongoing attacks on Gaza and expressed the hope that a permanent ceasefire would be achieved as soon as possible and humanitarian aid would be provided to the people of Gaza. Moreover, both ministers agreed that the Maldives and Sri Lanka are among the countries most likely to be affected by climate change and that more rapid and robust action is needed in mitigating the adverse effects of climate change. The High Commissioner of the Maldives to Sri Lanka, Masood Imad, presents his letter of credence to the President of Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe, at a ceremony held this morning at the President's House, Colombo. High Commissioner Masood Imad expressed his profound honor on his appointment and noted that he is deeply aware of the trust and responsibility entrusted to him by President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu to serve as the representative in Sri Lanka. Moreover, Masood Imad reiterated his unwavering commitment to strengthen the historic and special bond that unites the two nations, adding that he will work tirelessly to enhance bilateral relations. He further emphasized that Sri Lanka is not only an invaluable partner in the socio-economic development of the Maldives, but also as a cherished second home for many Maldivians, including himself. Furthermore, High Commissioner Masood also conveyed greetings from President Muizzu, Foreign Minister Musa Zamir, and the people of Maldives to the President and the people of Sri Lanka. Notably, President Ranil Wickremesinghe congratulated Masood on the assumption of his duties as High Commissioner of Maldives to Sri Lanka. Wishing success in his tenure, President Ranil Wickremesinghe assured his government is fully committed to enhance Maldives and Sri Lanka relations and will extend their full support during his tenure. Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Energy Tariq Ibrahim emphasizes the crucial role of environmental and economic statistics in crafting policies for sustainable development. He made the remarks during the launch of the Developing National System of Economic and Environmental Statistics and Accounts Agreement, which outlines the strategic use of such data in policy making in the Maldives. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Tariq highlighted the interconnectedness of development projects and the future of the Maldives. He noted that these projects induce environmental changes that significantly impact the economy. He also stressed the need for accurate information to achieve sustainable development.
The importance of having high-quality data and statistics to inform decision-making is critical. Environmental policy decisions are quite complex as they involve considerations of several often competing aspects of priorities. Within Maldives, the responsibilities for environmental and economic policies are institutionally separate.
Meanwhile, Minister of Housing, Land and Urban Development Dr. Ali Haider Ahmad praised the comprehensive nature of the roadmap. He pointed out that it clearly delineates the responsibilities of various ministries and agencies, ensuring a unified effort towards common goals.
In an era where the interdependence between the economy and the environment is more evident than ever, the establishment of a robust system of environmental and economic statistics and accounts is crucial. This will provide a comprehensive framework that captures the intricate linkages between economic activities and environmental impacts.
The agreement signed by Ministers Tariq and Haider on behalf of their respective ministries sets both short and long-term objectives. It includes monitoring the economic damage caused by environmental issues and maintaining statistics on these changes. The roadmap aims to use the collected data extensively in policy formulation. Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim announces that the Maldives will have significant solutions to waste management issues by the end of 2028 thanks to the national waste management policy named Mage Saaf Rajya. During a special ceremony, the logo and brand for Mage Saaf Rajya were inaugurated by the Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal. Concurrently, the National Waste and Resource Management Policy and Strategy were launched by Minister Tariq Ibrahim. Mage Saaf Rajya is a 5-year roadmap designed to sustainably improve waste management and environmental cleanliness in the Maldives. The policy aims to achieve 12 key objectives, including comprehensive waste management across islands, promoting green and environmentally friendly measures, and seeking assistance from private entities to reinforce these measures. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Tariq emphasized the critical importance of providing sustainable, environmentally friendly waste management facilities to all islands in the Maldives. He reiterated that having a designated policy in place will bolster efforts to mitigate the negative externalities associated with ineffective waste management. Additionally, the minister highlighted the need to implement strategic measures against those involved in the export and import of goods, making them more accountable for waste management. The policy includes accident producer responsibility aimed to reduce waste generated by imports related to the tourism industry. Minister of Youth Empowerment, Information and Arts Ibrahim Wahid affirms that the National Apprenticeship Program will pave the path for young people to develop the progress in their respective fields of interest. The minister revealed this while speaking at the inaugural ceremony of the second batch of the apprenticeship program, which is jointly conducted by the Ministry and Marriott International. The significant ceremony was graced by the presence of Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif. During the ceremony, the second batch of participants were presented enrollment letters for the program. The letters were handed over by the Vice President and Minister Wahid. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Wahid stated that the program will teach the students essential skills related to the respective fields of interest. The minister assured that the students who complete the programs will be awarded Level 3 certificates, which will be recognized by the Maldives National Skills Development Authority, highlighting that 43% of the nation's population constitutes the youth. Minister Wahid revealed that it was the responsibility of the government to pave the path for them to progress in the field of interest.
The program covers a spectrum of specialties vital to the hospitality industry, from the front office to culinary arts, from housekeeping to lifeguarding. This unique program offers practical learning while paving the way for the attainment of national certification.
The minister underscored the crucial importance of the apprenticeship program to reduce the unemployment rate and inject a skilled labor force into the labor market. During the ceremony, Minister Wahid revealed that the primary objective of the apprenticeship program is to reduce the number of foreign employees in the labor market and replace them with confident and skilled locals. The program additionally aims to build a society with honest and independent young individuals. Previously, 43 individuals participated in the apprenticeship program specialized for those employed in resorts. Meanwhile, a total of 60 individuals participated in the program officiated. The National Apprenticeship Program offers training in mainly 6 areas. This includes the tourism sector, transportation sector, construction industry, social sector, fisheries and agricultural industries, and arts. The Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA) reports an increase in the occupancy rates of tourism facilities during the first 4 months of this year. According to the MMA's monthly statistics report, the overall occupancy rate has risen by 3% compared to the same period last year, reaching 73% from 70%. Tourists visiting the Maldives typically stay in resorts, guest houses, hotels, and safaris. The report highlights that except for hotels, occupancy rates have increased across all other types of accommodations. Resorts saw an occupancy rate of 82.2%, up from 81% last year. Guest houses recorded a significant increase to 57% from 48%, and safaris had an occupancy rate of 38% compared to 34% last year. However, hotel occupancy rates declined to 31% from 40%. The increase in occupancy rates has also led to a rise in bed nights. According to the Ministry of Tourism, as of June 4th, million tourists have visited the Maldives, marking a 9.9% increase compared to the same period last year. Remarkably, China has been the largest source of tourists, with 103,000 Chinese visitors recorded so far this year. The International Training Center (ITC) is in discussions with the government of Maldives to implement training programs in polytechnics. These discussions took place during the visit of Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development Dr. Mariam Maria to Geneva, Switzerland. She is attending the 112th International Labour Conference and meeting with various international organizations. During her visit, she met with senior ITC officials under the International Labour Organization (ILO). The Higher Education Ministry announced that the ITC agreed to collaborate on conducting training and skill development programs in polytechnics and technical fields in the Maldives. Additionally, they agreed to provide further training for the staff of the Labour Relations Authority of the Maldives (LRA). This training will address problem solving in the work environment and workplace safety measures. The 112th International Labour Conference gathered representatives from around the world to discuss ILO principles and significant social and workplace issues. Male Atoll, also known as Kaf Atoll, includes the capital city of Male and is known for its local tourism and resorts. Despite the substantial tourism revenue generated from guest houses and resorts in Male Atoll, island councils of the 10 inhabited islands excluding Male and Hurumale face significant challenges in generating income. These islands lack uninhabited land that could be commercially utilized, hindering their ability to secure funds for development. In an exclusive interview with PSMNEWS, President of Male Atoll Council Ahmad Anis highlighted the major challenge of generating revenue due to the lack of available land for commercial purposes. Efforts are currently underway to identify land plots within the islands of Male Atoll. It was further mentioned that the Island Council has approved 2 land plots from Tulustu in Kafatol to be allocated to the Atoll Council. Moreover, Anis suggested that the most straightforward way to generate income from these land plots would be to establish a business through the Atoll Council. He confirmed that steps are being taken to set up a local authority company, LCA, to facilitate this. The regulation for establishing local authority companies and conducting business with private individuals was formulated in 2021 under the Decentralization Act, aimed at regulating, overseeing and developing the local governance system as envisioned in the Constitution. Anis noted that leasing the land and conducting business through the LCA would make it easier to generate income. He emphasized that revenue from the sale or business of land would aid the Atoll Council in developing the island with a goal to enhance Male's infrastructure significantly. The European Central Bank is expected to start cutting interest rates from record highs, its first reduction in nearly 5 years, but volatile inflation means the path ahead is uncertain.
After an unprecedented streak of Eurozone rate hikes beginning in mid-2022 to tame runaway energy and food costs, inflation has been slowly coming down towards the ECB's 2% target. Rates have been on hold since October, but it is a near certainty the central bank will reduce borrowing costs by a 0.25 percentage point Thursday, taking its key deposit rate to 3.75%. It will provide a much-needed boost for the beleaguered Eurozone economy and be the first cut since September 2019. The move will also mark the ECB diverging from the US Federal Reserve, which has also hiked rates aggressively but is not expected to start cutting until later due to stronger than expected data. The ECB's tightening campaign began after inflation was driven higher by Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine and pandemic-related supply chain woes, with the bank hiking 10 consecutive times. But Thursday's expected cut is unlikely to herald the start of a rapid easing cycle. Despite consumer price rises having slowed from peaks of over 10% in late 2022, when Europe was rocked by an energy shock, bringing inflation down to the ECB's target is proven difficult. Data last week showed that inflation in the 20 countries that use the euro rose in May and faster than expected to 2.6% on year, up from April's 2.5% increase. The Eurozone economy also expanded faster than expected in the first quarter as it emerged from recession, although it is still slow compared to the robust growth of the US economy. Investors will be keenly watching to see if ECB President Christine Lagarde provides any guidance about the pace of cuts going forward in her post-meeting press conference.
South Korean activists say they had sent 10 balloons loaded with anti-Kim Jong-un leaflets and K-pop music into North Korea in response to hundreds of trash-carrying balloons from Pyongyang.
North Korea has said its recent balloon blitz, lugging bags of garbage and plastic waste, was retaliation for previous missives sent by the activists. Pyongyang called off its campaign Sunday but has warned it would restart if more balloons come north. Past propaganda tit-for-tats have had real-world consequences for inter-Korean relations. South Korea has called the latest provocation from its nuclear-armed neighbor irrational and low-class, but unlike the North's spate of recent ballistic missile launches, the trash campaign does not violate the UN sanctions on Kim's isolated government. The defector group Fighters for Free North Korea announced Thursday they had launched 10 balloons northward carrying 200,000 leaflets and 5,000 USB flash drives containing Korean pop music and TV shows, as well as thousands of $1 bills. A photograph released by the group showed an activist holding up a large poster with photographs of the North leader Kim Jong-un and his sister and chief government spokeswoman Kim Yoo-jong. Earlier this week, the same group sent balloons carrying around 2,000 USB drives containing songs by South Korean singer Lim Young-woon, as well as other K-pop tracks and K-dramas into the North on May 10th. North Korea is extremely sensitive about its people gaining access to the South's flourishing popular culture. Kim Yo-jong last week mocked South Korea for complaining about its balloons, saying, North Koreans were simply exercising their freedom of expression and warning they would retaliate proportionately if more balloons materialized.
Nearly a decade after he started repairing England's tarnished reputation, Gareth Southgate is approaching his endgame with a chance to burnish his legacy by winning Euro 2024.
Entering what is likely to be his last major tournament as England boss, the stakes are high for Southgate. England has never won the European Championship and are still waiting for Southgate to deliver a major trophy after several agonizing near misses. The 53-year-old's contract with the Football Association expires at the end of this year, and he is yet to agree a new deal. Southgate has been linked with Manchester United, who are still pondering Eric Ten Hag's future after his troubled second season culminated with an unexpected FA Cup triumph. United might appeal to Southgate, although 15 years after his last club job with Middlesbrough, he hinted retirement could be an option if England returned from Germany with the trophy. Southgate's men will start the Euros firmly established as one of the leading contenders and should coast through Group C, where they face Serbia, Denmark and Slovenia. That lofty status is a stark contrast to England's low ebb when Southgate took over 8 years ago after a series of humiliations on and off the pitch. A woeful Euro 2016 exit against Iceland brought a suitably depressing end to Roy Hodgson's England's reign, while his successor Sam lasted only 67 days and one match before being forced out after a newspaper sting. A surprise run to the 2018 World Cup semi-finals in Russia gave Southgate credibility among previously skeptical fans. He followed that impressive achievement by leading England to their first major final for 55 years at the COVID-delayed European Championship in 2021. While Southgate has made England a team to be feared again, he has yet to win the silverware his football-obsessed country has craved since Bobby Moore lifted the World Cup in 1966.
Starship, SpaceX's massive prototype rocket that may one day send humans to Mars, is poised for its next flight.
It will be the fourth test for the most powerful launch system ever built, vital to NASA's plans for landing astronauts on the moon later this decade, and to SpaceX CEO's Elon Musk's hopes of one day colonizing the red planet. Weather conditions look favorable and the Federal Aviation Administration has given its green light. 3 previous attempts have ended in Starship's fiery destruction, all part of what the company says is an acceptable cost in its rapid trial and error approach to development. SpaceX said in a statement that the fourth flight test turns our focus from achieving orbit to demonstrating the ability to return and reuse Starship and Super Heavy. Super Heavy is the booster, while Starship refers to both the upper stage and the 2 stages combined. The flight path will be similar to the third test, which took place in March and saw Starship fly halfway around the globe before it was eventually lost as it re-entered the atmosphere over the Indian Ocean 49 minutes into the mission. Since then, SpaceX says it has made several software and hardware upgrades and hopes to achieve a soft splashdown for the booster stage in the Gulf of Mexico and a controlled entry for the upper stage. Designed to eventually be fully reusable, Starship stands 397 feet, 121 meters tall, with both stages combined, 90 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty. Its Super Heavy booster produces 16.7 million pounds, 74.3 meganewtons of thrust, almost double that of the world's second most powerful rocket. NASA's Space Launch System, through the latter, is now certified, while Starship is still under development. SpaceX's strategy of carrying out tests in the real world rather than in labs has paid off in the past.
That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.